Uh, Hi. I'm kind of being really lazy right now in terms of getting the camera to a good setup. But I was like, I just feel like I'm supposed to record before I go to sleep. Um, do some of you like to wear clothes that aren't like sleeping clothes to bed? Does that make sense? Make sure it's not pajamas. I definitely wear it out, but today it's pajamas. Um, I pulled out magic fish. I'm hearing though, here comes the bride, but it feels like more here comes the flag. It still reminds me of how the other day we were speaking about, oh, that's funny. I just pulled up reflections and I was saying how the other day we were speaking about, we're during one of these like recordings. I just kept thinking, I'm hearing now, don't overdo it. Don't overdo or overthink the thought. But it's like going back to like some type of leadership and bigger nation or like big company, big estate, like pouring through some type of like almost over warning, like giving too much information too fresh or too disassociative. I'm hearing like it's reported or even the way it's reacted to on such a big platform or expertise. Like someone's like manipulating things so they don't sound as dangerous or even sometimes even more dangerous. But it's like certain keywords are taken out and certain differences are pointed out while other things are like hidden, thrown underneath. Absolute truth wanting to come out. That's just like, I'm hearing switch, fire. Maybe it's more of like a switching direction, the conversation of the channeling. Human myth. I don't want to. I'm hearing someone just say like move, move. Tense. Get the tension out. Ooh. Sorry. I was like thinking. High stakes. It was just like high stakes. That's the word stake came out earlier too. Because it's not really a word I use as often. My own personal vocabulary. So sometimes I'm just like, when I'm listening, I'm talking, even though I hope my voice doesn't sound too sleepy, like groggy. Hopefully it's calming. Anyways, getting back to being extra grounded. Spooky, the balancing act. I don't feel like I'm switching into another. Now I'm hearing another language. Everything just keeps going back to what it was before. Maybe I need to expand on something with some of my older messages. By older, I mean like literally like 2 days ago. That's just like thinking about being able to communicate with not like trespassers, just maybe some people see them or heard of them as trespassers, like felt like, oh, like we're humans that know this thing about this society in this way, and this is how we grew up, and this is how we've been living, and this is how we have seen our lives and our present selves. And now that this big disruptive absolute truth that maybe might get miscued or mishandled in some ways, or just like brought to the attention of a bigger, larger scale of the public, is having a hard time. Like, I'm hearing astound, like dealing with what parts are important or factual or crossing over. Now I just want to say almost dimensions, but like it feels like more just like gaps and frameworks of understanding of time. It also feels like very godmother energy, like almost like wish fulfillment, but more of like like more of a creative mindset of how what you want, what you desire, is changing, developing what comes through now, how you get what you want now, like how you ask, how you play pretend, how you manifest. Take it home with like gratitude. I've also been thinking about seahorses again. I don't know, like, what the, like, Google definition. I usually don't, you know what's interesting? There's only certain things, like, I'll look up spiritual-wise, and for whatever reason, like, I do not look up angel numbers. My angel numbers always come to me in a way where I can understand them in my own mind, and I don't need to look something up. It's okay if you do, and you do go by someone else's, like, script or what people have commonly felt with angel numbers, but if certain numbers mean something to you, then let it just mean something to you, even if it's not right on Google. I've definitely said that 8 million times on here. So I apologize if you're hearing me say that for like the 8th million time. But maybe it's your first time. Hey, welcome. Even if it's your 8th million time. Hey, welcome. Love you. Hope you're doing well. Hope there's a smile on your face every day. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, but something I will look up sometimes is like animals, like in terms of like spirit totems. That's something I will look up, like common meanings that other people have put into them. I don't know why numbers, but not numbers. Like sorry, I'm trying to say the opposite. I don't know why numbers are so much more personal in that sense to me. Well, like, yeah, just like animal associations, not. I feel like I've over-explained that, so I apologize. I hope you don't think I'm wasting your time. I also feel like that's like someone's like grief. Like maybe it doesn't have to be like a relationship with another person. It could be a relationship with like work or trying to overcome some type of obstacle within yourself, within your like abundance, like how you cheat through the system, cheat through your own ways of like, oh no, I told myself I wouldn't eat the cake. I told myself I wouldn't eat out. I told myself I wouldn't change in this way or feel different about this person this way. I don't know. Or like be stuck in this like program as a resort. I don't know why I'm doing this with the cards. I'm also hearing yucky, so I think I've gone off the edge of where I'm supposed to be in terms of the alignment of the video. But that means there was some things in here that were golden, were good, because we were in, I mean, we're always in alignment. And maybe that comes out too. Maybe it's like just being raw, that sometimes like, right now I've just been like cleansing my deck while I'm like talking. But I can tell when like something's just slightly off, and it's easier to get through the message when it's on, you know, when it feels fresh, comes out effortlessly, makes sense. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm just thinking about purples, reasonings, kingdom. These are the good times. Oh, that's fun. I was singing these are the good times, and it says overindulgence. And to me, that's more of like overabundance. That song was like overjoyed, over love, over me. Dun, 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 just like heavenly. Heavenly. Does that make sense? Okay. I have been like tossing out cards that also say magic. There's like a magic fish one, and just now there's a source of magic one, but I haven't like spoken about them. I think there's something else I need to come through that's funny. And the next card I pulled out was Shaman, which also reminds me of magic, obviously. But it made me think about like how I've been describing certain practices or understandings within myself, how I directly reflect on the experience and take in and predict what's next in the experience. I'm hearing like astronaut, like blasting off into a more higher vibrational. I don't want to say higher vibrational. Just feels more whimsical, more extravagant, more intelligent, resourceful. When I'm like thinking straight, feels like I got like, but it, like almost like that ancient knowledge, like that like guidance, that like better understanding of timing, allowing grace to happen, having so much faith, fulfilling new tasks, new purposes. I like, it's just a flow of the words. Sometimes, like when I'm channeling, I think I talk about this because others might be like experiencing this in different psychic developments in their own life and feeling where they actually have more control where they thought they didn't, because of how they were judging their own abilities and how it's changing the cycles it goes through. But like giving it a rest a little bit, just noticing how your own discernment pops in. I had Harry and White Feather when I saw 11 on the clock, of this clock. Say boo, but also bless you. Maybe it's spooky to know who's in control, what's in control, how it's in control, how it communicates. Maybe it's spooky for you to have control, not even like have control, but just processing different power. I think sometimes when I'm really tired that I'm channeling, I don't be talking enough out loud, which is funny because someone probably watching this and be like, this has been like a crazy run-on sentence for 12 minutes, which is usually how this goes sometimes. But we're with it. It's like a stream of consciousness. Just keeps running. What's been running through your mind? What is the connections? What feels relatable? What do you wish like was more just? Is there something wild happening in your life? Something new popping in, or something that you adjusted to? And you're like, ooh, boop, 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 boop. New idea, new freedom. New way of interacting for some of you, or who you're interacting with. Why? Not why necessarily, but why seems to come with experience and time when it comes to that type of understanding of your interactions with others, with like being viewed. I'm hearing like endangered, like you're endangered, like you're rare. See the source within yourself. I'm also hearing tropical thunder. I don't know, is that a movie? Or like maybe it's more like a big, so like something happens or something you gasp, like something you would gasp to, like, ooh, like a big, I don't want to say like footprint in your life. Not even for you, maybe for a lot of people. A lot of people being affected at once. Excuse me, I burped. How lovely. I love a good little deck, dude. Like little decks, I don't know why, they just really get me. I think it's the way they fit in my hand. Like something I really love about like tarot and oracle cards, it's just like the different shapes and the different textures that's used, and I love seeing all the different artwork, but it's really the feeling. It's like having a really nice pen. Like, do you have certain pens or writing utensils that you're like more fond of just because of how smooth they glide on the paper? I don't know. Something I'd be thinking about and I treasure and I'm grateful for, to experience the small little details in contrast. This one? Oh wait. As you perceive birth as coming and death as going, you are bound by mental obstacles. It reminds me more of like chapters of life, like decisions, and feeling like the consequences to decisions is only black and white. But it's not. It's not always like that. There's not always, it doesn't always feel like even gray. I'm seeing like analog clocks. I'm hearing Dexter's Laboratory song play in the background. Emphasis on like an experimental thing happening through time. Allowing your intuition to balance your life out more. I hope you seek or be more aware of how balance is coming to your life more. Alien inspiration. I feel like this is for me for later. This is me for later, but you can hear it, I guess, now too. Cultivate perfection of wisdom. No fire, poison, sword, and water can harm you. Okay, I talked to myself about that later then. There's a card for you. The next one for you. Let's see. I'm hearing like reliable. It almost feels like transportation or like some type of movement. But movement doesn't necessarily have to be like physical movement. Just like movements also remind me of like, oh, everyone starts to think this way because this information was presented here, or this minuscule detail. I'm seeing like aviator. What? But tell me about the details. Ed, and Eddie. Just like, I don't know why the words right now, all the D's. But now I'm hearing the letter C. I don't know, like something like weird happening with like the small little details and way things are written, way sounds, history. I'm also hearing waves like frequencies, interactions shared, discrimination against certain information, or manipulation against certain information. Could even be like religious thing. Could be something science, like health related, something that comes across as, oh, this is what we were doing all the time, this is how we did it, but then finally it's revealed, no, it was a small little details, like those small little like extra plural nouns or something, small little, a word that could have been spelled something else, but now it was spelled the other way, so now everything changes. Something about being more proactive. I just keep hearing time. Yeah, like a clocks in a house. And someone saying rescue operation.